What's up everybody, FreePunk here, and I just want to make a quick video only highlighting the good of the Chrono Odyssey beta. Because people are mostly focusing on the bad, which is okay because this is a beta, this is the time to fix the game, it's a time to give feedback to make the game better. But let's start with the good first, okay? The good is being lost in the middle of the bad feedback, and I think it's important to talk about the good. So let's get started. And I have to start with exploration. Of course, exploration is insane in this game. There is a lot of verticality in it, and there is very little hand holding. The very little hand holding can be considered a bad game design because people will get frustrated at times because of the lack of hand holding. Um, you can not necessarily discover things in the right order. For example, there is a quest where you speak to the NPC and he says, "Behind me there is a mountain with a dragon and eggs, wyvern eggs. Can you go get them for me?" But when you are exploring, you can not necessarily discover this NPC first. And you can encounter the dragon first and the eggs. So there is a very little hand holding, and everything is in the open for you to discover, which can be amazing or bad. But for me, it was amazing. It was really amazing. There is a lot of verticality in the game. There is secrets on the top of the mountain, in the middle of a mountain, at the bottom of a mountain. Bro, there is a lot of verticality. You can explore everything and you will discover some amazing things. Exploration, very good. The best point of the game so far. Now, to the next point, I want to talk about gear and power progression. I had a lot of fun because in the beginning of the game I kept dying over and over trying to do a bounty quest. I was so weak, I was powerless, I was pitiful. But at the end of the beta, I was a god. I was immortal. I couldn't get killed by any means. Most of it was because I found a ring that gave me a shield every time I got hit. A 20% chance to get a shield if I got hit. And this shield would spread to the entire party around me. So I would give shields to everybody around me if I got hit. 20% chance, which is a lot because I can block multi-hits and stuff like that. Gear progression was amazing. There is green gear with special effects, which I dismantled because I was stupid. I just noticed by watching some videos of me playing the game. I dismantled very good gear that I could pass the special effects to my current gear. That was a mistake. But yeah, by the end of the beta, I was insanely powerful. The next point I want to talk about is the combat. And it's not insane, it's good for me, because let's be real, I was the only fan of the Monster Hunter 1 for the PlayStation 2. I was the biggest fan of that game. And that game has more animation lock than any other game out there at the time. All the animations locked you in place, and all your attacks you must think before attacking, according to the enemy animations and tails. So I'm a fan of animation locks. I know that sounds stupid. Everybody hates animation locks. But I'm a fan of animation locks because it makes you think before attacking, Should I start attacking now? Is it a good idea to do that? It's a very Monster Hunter-like thought process that goes around in here because it's just very Monster Hunter-like, and I like that. But it's not for everyone, that's for sure. The combat, I can imagine someone not enjoying it, which is normal. Animation locks, very annoying, very stupid for some people. but I'm the biggest fan of animation locks because I grew up, I'm fucking 30 years old, I grew up with Monster Hunter, and animation locks for me are, it's not the animation lock itself that's good, it's the thought process and the skill that comes with the animation locks, you know? It makes you think before attacking, and I like that. I'm a fan of that. So combat, I give it a, the combat, what do I give? A 7.5. That's like a IGN thing. The 7 because it's the safe number. Is it an 8? I think it's an 8 for me because the animation locks are good. Everything is good. The animations of Sword and Shield and daggers were good. I enjoyed it a lot. I give it an 8. Okay, combat 8 for me because of the animation lock thing. And I want to finish this video by talking about the world and multiplayer feeling. The communication is not very good, I admit it, because there is no shot bubbles. There is no shot pop-ups in the middle of the screen when you speak. So that's a little bit... You must pay attention to the text window, which is not always the case, you know. But the multiplayer feeling was there. There were odd spots, especially the primitive or world bosses to get the epic gear of level 15. There was a lot of people farming those mini bosses. And I even made enemies because I was a jackass, bro. It's the law, the rule of the strongest. It's the rat wins the cheese, you know. Because the boss in the middle of the boss fight, he spawns ores in the floor, and you could stop fighting the boss and start picking up the ores in the middle of the fight. So I would do that. I was a rat. I was stealing the cheese from other players. At one point in time, I stole from someone else the ore because I mined the same ore as him. And let's just say the chat box was filled with curses and calling me names and telling me to freak myself. I told him, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. But yeah, the multiplayer feeling was there. Everybody was getting along. But I think it would be better if it had chat boxes, chat bubbles, you know? That would be much better. Like World of Warcraft. I don't know if Final Fantasy also has chat bubbles, but yeah, I give it, the world multiplayer feeling, I give it a 7. Not an 8, a 7, because of the chat boxes not present in the game, and there is no chat, how to say it, I don't think there is a world chat, so everybody would be communicating. I think there is only a general chat. I'm not sure though. I don't know if the general chat speaks to the entire world or just the zone. But I had some interactions though. Someone started asking how to make a party in the middle of the town, and we explained him how to make the freaking party. I had some interactions where I spoke with other people in the game. So a 7. To make it better, I think it needs chat bubbles. Chat bubbles would be insane in this game. So yeah, that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed me yapping. I know my voice is kinda meh. But yeah, I had fun in the beta. I can't wait to play it again. I know there is junk in the game. The game is not perfect. But I had fun, and I wish this game will have a bright future ahead if they fix the issues which are not talked about in this video because I want to make a short video. Okay guys, have fun. See you next time.